Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where it is time to continue our investigations into Odin the Primal. This next quest was introduced with patch 2.5 and is only available once you've completed the prior quest series, which was introduced in patch 2.0. Hello there, Scarlet. Lieutenant Scarlet would share with us most urgent tidings. Satora, your timing never fails to amaze. Unless I am mistaken, you have knowledge of the Elder Primal Odin, correct? I do. As I thought. Well, as you know, we have long pursued the dark divinity from the pages of arcane scripture to the Shroud itself. Finally, we have a plan to put its prowling to an end. Brother Oap Pessi has the command. He has personally requested your aid in this venture and awaits you at Urth's Fount. I am sure he will give you the details once you present yourself. Godspeed, Satora. Alright then, on to Urth's Fount then, I will meet you there. Alright, down here in Quarry Mill, as I assume we're going to be fighting him, I've gone ahead and switched into my combat gear. That is to say, I took off the glamours. Alright, we're heading southeast from Quarry Mill, over into Urth's Gift, and up to Urth's Fount. Now, if you hypothetically didn't have flying back in the old days of A Realm Reborn, you would need to take the long path up the side here, to climb the waterfall, and get all the way up. But thankfully we can just fly, not that I've done that or anything. And there you are, Oap Pessi, hello. Alright, so, Urth's Fount. What is the plan? Adventure, thank you for coming. We seek the dark divinity, and you must be made privy to the plan before the game is afoot. As you know, Odin hunts in this forest. We would banish him from the Shroud. Yet in actual fact, he has fallen before countless adventurers already. By all rights, the Primal should plague us no more. Yet, though again and again he is vanquished, he rises always to charge to the Twelveswood. His constant reappearance is perplexing to say the least, and raises two questions. Who summons him, and how does he change his visage upon manifesting? Odin is alone amongst the Primals in these aspects. Indeed, I can find not a single sentence in the scriptures that sheds light on his devilish abilities. There is no answer in words rid of the pen. Now the sword must serve. Our plan is to send a band of adventurers against the dark divinity. Brother Isu Miyan, my master, and I will observe the battle from afar. We believe seeing the moment of Odin's defeat may give us a clue, one that will lead to the uncovering the truth of the primal that has escaped us thus far. Naturally, this hinges upon the company's victory. No one but a warrior of light could hope to survive the battle, hence I have asked you here. Indeed, without you, our venture is doomed to failure, so I implore you, lend us your strength. If you acquiesce, shall invoke the power of the elementals and draw the dark divinity to this spring. Alright, Urth's Fount is now accessible. And yes, the arena, this right here, this is in fact the arena we will be fighting the Primal in. And you'll see it once we're actually in the fight, though it may look slightly different just for the sake of making a more suitable battle arena, but it's already pretty close as is. Anyways, I will be back in a bit with my party, and we will confront Odin here at Urth's Fount. Also, wow, okay, there are wings on the Dreadworm armor. Interesting. Alright, we are back. It is time to take on Odin. Exciting. Alright, I believe we spent just a couple moments discussing our preparations. In order to hop in, we'll go over the duty once we are in it. This is considered by the game to be on par with an extreme trial, but it is not as hard as an extreme trial. The main reason for that is this fight has an enrage, which is normally reserved for extreme or higher difficulty. Enrages can be a little bit nasty. If you're not able to get it in the first couple pulls, you're not going to get it at all. In fact, if you can't get it in the first pull, you're probably not going to get it. Alright, we ended up clearing it on our third attempt, but as our party is discussing strategy real quick, let's go over the description for this duty. In the moons following the calamity, myriad rumors of ghastly creatures stuck in the 12s would begin spreading across the realm like wildfire. While most of the rumors have since been deemed unfounded, there is one series of events that has remained difficult to cast off as merely the ravings of broken-minded small folk. That concerning the supposed Dark Rider, the Shroud. After several deaths attributed to this mysterious figure, Seedseer Oat Pessi sought communion with the spirits of the Twelves Wood, only to learn that the rider was none other than the elder primal Odin. Slain in the third astral era by an elegant hero, why and how the primal has returned to Eorzea remains a mystery, one now in the capable hands of Eorzea's adventurers. Alright, I believe we are about ready, so let's start going over the mechanics. There's nothing too particularly difficult in this fight, even though it did take us 3 attempts. The big thing is Odin hits really fucking hard on my difficulty. So let's just start going through his mechanics one by one on the console games wiki. First off, Hall of Sorrow, raid-wide magical damage used periodically. If you have magic mitigation, maybe useful to keep that up or put that up when you see Hall of Sorrow incoming. Especially if you have party-wide magic mitigation, though I don't think that's very common at this level, other than Adel. Hall of Lead targets 3 random party members, never the main tank, with a medium circle AoE, dealing magical damage and inflicting a curable 10-second slow on all affected targets. So healers, be ready with your Asuna. Hall of Stone will target random party members with an avoidable circle AoE, giving you 2 seconds to run out. It deals damage and inflicts an incurable 8-second petrification on anyone that gets hit. The initial cast targets 3 party members, second cast 4, targets 4, and later cast will target 5. A second set of circles can appear immediately after the first, so it gets harder the longer the fight goes on. Try not to get hit so you don't get that petrification debuff. That can be nasty. Einherjar. I'm going to try and get the pronunciations right, and I apologize if I get them wrong. Raid-wide magical damage with a 3-second cast time, so we have a moment to respond to it. Inflicts a curable 30-second bleed on the party. First Einherjar is followed by Gungnir immediately after. Second Einherjar has no Gungnir near it. We'll go over what Gungnir is in a moment. Third Einherjar happens after the second Gungnir's gone down and after Odin used Sangetal. Those mechanics we'll get to in just a minute. Gungnir, which I just mentioned, 3 random party members, never the main tank, are targeted with a large circle AoE. After 3 to 5 seconds, Gungnir's drop down, which are big swords, drops down on the targets for physical damage. Try not to be in range. Unless you are, of course, the person who's getting targeted and don't really have a choice. Note that Hall of Sorrow goes off at the same time as the Gungnir's go off. So we will need to look for that. Watch for that and prepare. Gungnir also inflicts a raid-wide bleed for as long as the 3 spears remain alive, so kill the spears as soon as you can the moment they spawn. We try to place them roughly in the middle, kind of overlapping each other so people have room to get the fuck away from them. We want them kind of condensed just so that they're all... There's plenty of room where you would not be near them so you don't take the hits. Sangetal is a tank buster with a 3-second cast time. You need to mitigate it, and it happens every 30 seconds. There is an alternate strategy where the off-tank provokes right after it hits to give the main tank time to heal up. It is a big hit. We've got the Gungnirs up. These are what you want to kill in order to get rid of that bleed effect, and that bleed is nasty. Volknut, telegraphed medium-sized circle AoE around Odin. Anyone struck will take damage equal to 60% of their max HP. Used periodically, but guaranteed to happen after each Gungnir. So, healers, stay on top of that. Guggenrath. Red spears appear on the outside of the arena. This is the attack happening right now. And dash across in a straight line. Anyone struck will be damaged and knocked back roughly a third of the arena. There are 2 patterns. One is 3 lines from one direction, or 1 line from 2 perpendicular directions forming a cross pattern. Later in the fight, each pattern gets a follow-up attack. The first gets 2 lines in the opposite direction, filling in the gaps, and the second gets a follow-up cross attack. Volkna often happens during these Gagnaroth attacks, so later in the fight, there'll start being pairs of Gagnaroth to try and hit more of the arena and make it more difficult for you. Finally, the last ability, Shin Zantetsuken. Hard Enrage starts to cast at about 15% of Odin's health left, or after 6 minutes have passed. Takes 30 seconds to cast and roughly 7 seconds to execute. If we do not beat Odin before this cast goes off, we wipe. It is a hard enrage. We have 37 seconds to kill the last 15% of Odin's HP. And that is the sole reason why this fight is considered to be extreme difficulty, is just because of that enrage. Alright. We've got a few Gungnir's to take down. Not great timing, since Shin's and Tetsuken just started being cast, so we gotta hurry, hurry, hurry. Let's see if we can pull it off. It's gonna be tight, though. Going for the limit break. We got 15 seconds left until the cast and 6% left. Okay, it's actually looking like we're making pretty good DPS. Pretty good DPS here. And the cast begins, and we win. Could not have cut it closer. Fantastic fight. I'm so happy it cut so close, actually. I'll be back in just a moment to finish off the video with present day me. Oh, what a relief that it went so well. Oh, right, and there's also Orchestrion rolls we need to pick up. There can also be a triple triad card from this fight as well, but I don't think I got it. Alright then, Odin, 3 pulls. And that last pull, we were moments, possibly less than a second away from dying to the enrage. Good freaking work, everyone. That went very, very well. That went way better than I had hoped. Alright then, let's hop on out of here. Like, literally, I am ecstatic. I am ecstatic that we almost died to enrage. That's extremely funny to me. Alright, let's finish off this quest and be done with Odin. Oh, a trade? Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Dressera got 3 of the rolls. Oh no, Dressera got all 4. All right, well, thank you for the roll so I can do my crafting later. Very, very kind of you. All right, let's finish up the quest. Your bravery before the Dark Divinity was commendable, adventure. I am relieved you escaped the battle with your life. And it was not for nothing, I might add. Brother Isumiyan and I have observed something remarkable, though I should like to discuss it with him present. Ah, and see how he comes. I have a kitty, begging for attention. One moment. The kitty has been given attention. Satora, I am honored to have seen you fight. Why, I can scarcely wait to tell Sylphie how a warrior of light overcame the terror of the Shroud. No doubt the girl will smile to hear of your valor. Glad to hear she's doing well implicitly? Ah, but no doubt you are keen to learn more of the Dark Divinity. Very well, I shall share with you what I have gleaned in observing your battle. To begin, felling a primal allows the ether of their physical manifestation to return to the land. This much you know, yes? Odin seems to be subject to the selfsame laws, yet his sword, the Zantetsuken, remains even after his body vanishes. Thus we thought to examine the blade, and in doing so found that its etheric density is unimaginably high. Zantetsuken. Okay, I got that right. Now, we had always assumed the being who brandished the weapon was Odin, but what if we erred? What if the sword Zantetsuken is in and of itself the Dark Divinity? An unforeseen conclusion, yes, but one that clarifies much of the primal. Indeed, that would explain why Odin has never truly fallen. No one has thought to destroy the blade, and if the Zantetsuken is the primal, could it not conjure itself a new wielder? Yet, just as Ifrit's tempered or Leviathan's drowned, Odin must needs have his sundered to offer crystals in his name. Unless he drinks of the Shroud's ether. Such a weak source of power could be why it takes time for the dark divinity to manifest again. You see, Adventurer, our theory accounts quite nicely for two of the mysteries that for so long surrounded the Primal. And yet, as Oab Pessi hints, a third mystery remains. If there are no sundered, how does Odin sustain himself? I cannot imagine the wishes of those who first summoned him were so strong as to echo throughout the centuries. Brother, I do not think our theory is flawed. No, this discovery makes clear the holes in what we had for so long believed of the Primals. We must revisit the beings with a keener eye. Indeed, if they can take on the form of swords and other weaponry. Interesting. I will inform Master Urianger of what we have gleaned here. Adventurer, I urge you to do the same should something else of Odin occur to you. But today is a victory all the same. We have the Zentetsuken, and the mysteries remain pale in import to the act of locking the Primal away. With any luck, we can seal the sword and end the Dark Divinity's ride. Brothers, something terrible has happened. The Zentetsuken is gone. One of my own men has stolen away with a blade and left nary a trace to track his flight. I never dreamt he would do such a thing, and I stayed my hand too long to stop him. What? Are your men so disloyal as to rob you? Tell me, Lewin, why would someone do such a thing? Forgive me, brother, but I cannot say. I am as astonished as you. The thief was a sworn man of the god's quiver, as true as any Gridanian arrow. Moreover, what could he stand to gain by stealing so fell a blade? Mayhap the soul of the thief was stolen along with the blade. It is within the power of all primals to bend mortals to their wills. If the Zentetsuken and Odin are one and the same, then the sword may control the now sundered man. Is that not right, brother? That is indeed possible. Gods, could I have been so blind as that? Lord Lewin, it is I who needs apologize. Had I been more wary, I would have foreseen this. Instead, I have cost us dearly and placed you and your men in great danger. Let us not cry over lost swords. Lord Lewin, send forth the god's quiver and wood wailers to scour the shroud. Brother Oap Pessi and I will devote... Excuse me? Throat? What the heck? Brother Oap Pessi and I will devote ourselves to devising a way to fell Odin after the Zentetsuken is ours again. Yes, brother. Indeed, it would be a poor thing to have the blade in our grasp and no way to destroy it nor dull its bite. Adventure, I will call upon you again when we have something to show for our efforts. Until then, go in peace. Well then, ominous. Ominous indeed. Alright then, so... Unfortunately, I do not believe there is ever a time when we can seal away Odin for good. After all, he's one of the world bosses of A Realm Reborn. If we sealed him away for good, then we'd be down a world boss and people wouldn't be able to fight him anymore. So, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we're going Odin hunting. We're going to track him down and destroy him. And at the very least, we're going to do what we can. But if indeed he is able to sunder the souls of those who near his blade, there may be trouble ahead. I will see everyone next time. Actually, hang on. Did I have the time to read the... I don't think I had the time to read the trial information, so let's do that real quick. And then we'll go ahead and call off the episode. Go ahead and end it. In the moons following the calamity, myriad rumors of ghastly creatures stalking the Twelveswood began spreading across the realm like wildfire. While most of the rumors have since been deemed unfounded, there is one series of events that has remained difficult to cast off as merely the ravings of broken-minded smallfolk. That concerning the supposed Dark Rider of the Shroud. After several deaths attributed to this mysterious figure, Seedseer Oap Pessi sought communion with the spirit of the Twelveswood, only to learn that the rider was none other than the elder primal Odin. Slain in the third astral era by an Allegan hero, why and how the primal is returned to Eorzea's remains a mystery, one now in the capable hands of Eorzea's adventurers. Anyways. Yeah, last trial in A Realm Reborn done. Yeah, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we're hunting Odin. We are hunting the world boss. I'll see everyone next time for that.